right, so let's go to the next little tutorial. Let's remove blemishes. So again, let's see if I can open it right up. Okay, you can drag and drop files right from your folder into Photoshop and it'll open it right up for you, which I think, like I said, is the best way. So what's the very first thing we do always?
Duplicate photo.
Yeah. All right, so now there's two ways that you can remove blemishes. Let's work on her forehead. This is really good for, I'm showing you how to remove blemishes, but you can remove anything. Like anything you can think of, you can remove, but I'll just show you how it works really well on blemishes. Okay, so the first thing is what we used before, which is the spot healing tool. You can literally click it and it just deletes and clears up her skin. And it works with the colors around it. This is honestly such a great tool because it works with what's around it.
Too bad it's not in real life.
I know, right?
Like remove some pimples on our faces.
Oh, that would be a dream.
Yeah, a dream of any woman.
So honestly, I don't think it can get any easier than that. But this is
That's pretty
before,
cool, man.
this is after.
Hmm.
It's phenomenal. And that's why that teaches us too not to trust what you see in magazines because they do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not
Also
reality.
wrinkles, they remove wrinkles. I think they do that too. Yeah.
Exactly. It's just, I mean, they can make anybody look perfect. So you just click, 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 click. You can even remove her mole if you wanted to. And that's before and after. All right, so that's a very, very simple, intuitive tool. And I'll show you another way to do it. Now that's for spots, and that's really good if you're working on complexion, but sometimes you're not working on complexion. But let me show you the clone tool also really helps with this. So say, for example, this area of her skin, I want to be as clear as this area. So the first thing I do, I always pull from the area that I want over the bad area or the area that I'm changing. So I press Alt, click on this good area of her skin and just put it here and blend it that way. Now, sometimes, and you see there's a little bit of a color change, I'll change the opacity. Sometimes I'll change the softness. Well, it's the softest it can be, but that makes it look more natural because sometimes you want it to look as natural as possible. So I'm going to take quote unquote the good area, cover it here, and you can do the same thing. But notice, like for example, if I wanted to cover up this little pimple with this area and I click here, if I do this too much, do you see how her eyebrow is also in this area? It'll literally pick it up.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful of that. So say I want this clear skin right here and I want to cover it here. One click isn't so bad, but if I start clicking a lot, I'm picking up her eyebrow. So just be careful of that kind of stuff. And it's also really good, and I didn't do it on here, but to have a blank layer. Okay, so let's see, not a blank layer, that, but add a blank layer on top because what happens, say I clone stamp this, I'll go ahead and click on this layer and just go ahead and cover it here. But then I can turn that layer off and see what I'm working with. Okay, so I mean, honestly, for blemishes, I don't think it gets better than the spot healing tool, but I can show you the clone tool as well. Any questions about that? That was pretty simple. Okay.